Welcome to the other session of online classes. Here today we will discuss about soups. Okay, as of soups, everyone knows soups are very popular in the restaurants. Before the meal starts, we will be having everyone will be having a soup. As soups determine that soups are a primary liquid food. Okay, it is a most probably a liquid food, and it may be warm or hot, or also sometimes it will be cold. And soups are made from a vegetable stock, or made from vegetables or meats. Okay, vegetables, meats or fish. Okay, now we will go to the introduction. Here soup is a liquid food consisting of meat, seafood, vegetables, cereals or poultry. Here you can understand it may be various types of soups are there, and we will be in detail we will be seeing in other slide what different types of soups are there. But to increase the appetite of the food, first we will have an soup. Okay, it also increases your appetite. On the menu, they are served as a first course. If hodos are not being served, if hodos are not served, this comes the first course of the menu. Okay, in last you can see lot of the people will skip the hodos, and first they will start their food with the soup. Soup also it appetites your it also appetites the food, as well as it also stimulates the appetite. It also stimulates your appetite. Next, coming to the classification of soups. Here we have a basic classification of thin soups, thick soups, as well as some are called as special and international soups. And first we will discuss about a thin soup. What is a thin soup? Okay, thin soups are nothing but a liquid consistency soups. It will be having entire flavor of meat, bones, meats or vegetables or any seafood or crustaceans. Okay, any which the liquid will have all the flavor of the meats. Okay, that is called as thin soups. In thin soups we have the classification of consommes and broth. And what is the difference between a consomme and the broth? Here consomme comes the name from a crystal clear soup, as you can see in the photograph. Okay, here in the photograph you can see the photograph. Here it is a crystal clear. Okay, in consomme whatever you add into that, it gives the name. If you are adding a julienne of carrot into the consomme, it called as consomme julienne. If you are adding consomme of passon cut of vegetables, then it gives you the name of consomme passon. Like that we can give number of names to your consomme soups, but the consomme soup should come perfectly. It should be a crystal clear soup, as you can see in the photograph. And next, coming to the broth. Broths are little darker than consommes, because it will be highly flavored of consommes. Okay, it will be highly flavored than the consommes. Okay, it is we have these two soups in the thin soups. We have consommes and broth. In the further slide we will be discussing about what is consomme and what is broth. Apart from this, we have also bouillons. Bouillons is nothing but a broth. Okay, it's similar type of broth. It is well flavored liquid. And next, coming to the thick soups. Here coming to the thick soups, and thick soups are very popular in the various types of hotels as well as restaurants. And you can see here number of varieties of thick soups are there. Here coming to puree soups, it is very healthy for our daily life, because it is pureed of carrots. Okay, we can take any vegetable purees. Okay, and all the nutrients are there in the puree. That's why it is called a puree soups. Next, coming to coolies, cream soups, and cream soups are also very popular. Cream soups, velouté soups, and then chowders and bisque. Okay, basically chowders are from America, and bisque is nothing but a seafood based soups. Okay, seafood based soups, you can see here. Okay, various soups what I have shown in the photographs. And lastly, coming to the special and international soups. Okay, national or international soups. Okay, it depends on the country, which country its own soup. Okay, we have every country as its own soup. Have given here one photograph. This is of minestrone soup. Minestrone is from Italy. Okay, it is in that we will be having lot of vegetables, tomato puree in it. And for us it is India, it is a mulgatvani soup that we will be seeing in the last slides. I will be explaining mulgatvani soup as well. And now we will go to the other slide, that is thin soup. Okay, as we discussed in short in the last slides. Okay, what is thin soup, thick soup as well as international soup. In detail you will be seeing with the photograph in this image, in these slides. Okay, first coming to the thin soup. Okay, thin soups include broths made from meat, poultry, game, fish or vegetables. Okay, you can make with any kind of meat, poultry, game or fish or vegetables, as well as consommes. Okay, which are broths clarified to remove the impurities. Okay, you need to clarify all the impurities whenever you are cooking the thin soups. And you can see in the picture, it should be crystal clear like this, thin soups. And next coming to the thick soups. Thick soups, we have various types of thick soups, and it is very popular, and it includes cream soups, puree soups. Okay, and those made from vegetables cooked in the liquid that is thickened with starch and pureed, which is thickened from starch as well as purees. Cream is then incorporated to add richness and flavor. Okay, lastly we will be adding cream to enhance the richness and flavor of the soup. Puree soups are generally made such as starchy vegetables or legumes. Okay, puree soups majorly we will be doing from puree of vegetables or legumes. Legumes means also it is a vegetables. After the main ingredients is stimulated in the liquid, the mixture or a portion of it is pureed. Okay, main ingredients will be the more, and then the last ingredient we will be adding various stock water into it. Okay, basically whenever you are preparing any types of soups, we need to have stocks ready in our hand, so that you can incorporate it. We can add these stocks as well in the soups. And we will go to the other slide, that is special and national soup or international soups. Majorly these soups we will be having cold soup, we will be having hot soup, warm soup. Okay, it depends on the different countries and different regions. Okay, like fruit soups also there. Okay, mulgatvani and minestrone, as well as cold soups such as gazpacho. Okay, you can see gazpacho is a cold soup, and fruit soups also there. Okay, these soups are neither clear nor thick. Okay, it will not come in any category. It may be thick or it may be thin depending on their origin. Okay, rather they are specially prepared. They are specially preparation methods as or a combination of methods. Okay, it will have various combination methods to cook this international soups. Okay, now we will go into detail coming to what is soup. Okay, hope everyone is clear now what is a soup and what is classification of soups and what comes under a different classification of soups, and we will see what is in soup. A soup, what is soup is a it is a flavorful liquid. Okay, it is a flavorful liquid what we have seen in the what I have told in the earlier slide. Okay, a soup quality is determined by its flavor. Okay, you need to determine with its flavor, appearance and texture. Okay, you need to see, you need to determine the quality of the soup by seeing its flavor, appearance and texture. A good soup be full flavored. Okay, a good soup should be full flavored with no off or sour taste. You should not have any sour taste. Okay, flavors from each of the soup's ingredients should be crystal clear. Whatever the soup you need, you are giving the name, it should be determined crystal clear. Like cream of spinach soup, you need to get that spinach flavor in it. If you are telling cream of tomato soup, you need to enhance the tomato flavor in it. Then only your flavor, appearance and texture will be excellent. The vegetables in vegetable soup should be bright in color. Okay, whenever you are making the soups and all, you need to check your vegetable colors, because the guest can able to see these all vegetables. It should be bright in color, not very grey. Okay, this is all about soup. Now we will go into the other thing, coming to thin soups, consommes as well as broth. Okay, first we will go for the consommes. Consommes are classified as thin soups, clear soups made from meat, poultry or fish. The word has the same origin as consummate. Okay, the word consomme is consummate. The origin is consummate, meaning to bring a complete perfection. It should get complete perfection, then only you can see it will be crystal clear. The consomme is cooked long endo for most of the nutrients properties. Okay, it should extract all the flavor from the meat, poultry, then only you will get all the nutrients to your consommate. Okay, you will be getting for the consommate. Okay, that is all called as consommate, and I will give two examples of consommes, that is consomme Julienne, consomme Brunoise, consomme Celestine. Okay, these all are the same consommes. Okay, you can prepare any type of consommes, and you need to get that this color, whatever you can see in the image, should get that crystal clearness, then only it is called as consommes. And next, coming to the broth. Okay, broth, you can see difference between consommes and broth. Consommes are crystal clear, like broths are little bit you will get a brighter color in it. Broths, okay, broths are made from the same thing, meats, poultry, fish or vegetables, cooked in a liquid. Okay, these all will be cooked in a liquid, and especially full flavorful broth results when stock and not just water. Here, whenever you are preparing any types of broths, you will be adding a stock, not lot of water. Okay, because it should get more flavor. And whenever you are doing these types of broths and all, you need to choose the meat. Okay, cut off the meat from the shank, neck or shoulder. That results you to get more flavorful broths. Okay, as well as flesh of the matured meat. Okay, matured meat or matured poultry. Proper temperature, and if you want to get exact broths and all, you need to keep on checking your temperature of the temperature. Skimming need to be done carefully, and straining should need to be done, and then help proceed well flavored clear broth. Then only you will get a clear broth. Hope everyone is clear with thin soups. Okay, consommes, broth and bouillons is also resembles the broth. And now I will tell you the difference between stock, consomme and broth. Okay, these three comes under the same category of liquid. Okay, stock is a liquid that is made from boiling bones and veggies together for a longish period of time. It is base for all soups, sauces, etc. It is a base for making any types of soups. Okay, first you need to have a stock, then you can prepare consomme. A consomme is a well cleared, delicate soup. Okay, it is very delicate. We are using the word delicate because at any point of time we can discolor the consomme. But if you want to get a consomme, you need to have that perfection. Okay, and whenever you add any types of garnishes in it, you need to able to see, like julienne. If you are adding, you need to able to see that julienne, that is okay, whatever the garnish you are adding there. The garnish is differ way and take lots of love and care to make it what it is. It is normally a clarified soup. Okay, stock, then consomme, then last come to the broth. The broth is the next step from a consomme, in that it is generally thicker with more body and texture in the soup. Okay, you will get more body, you will get more color to the broth, and it is much more flavorful than consommes. Okay, both consommes and broths are light, gentle soups, but the liquid will have a flavor in it. Whenever you have the consommes, you need to able to tell which consomme it is and how much flavor it is. Okay, here that is about stocks, consomme and broth. Next, coming to the thick soups. As of now we have discussed about thin soups. Now we will go to the thick soups. Thick soups, first we will discuss about a cream soup. Okay, coming to the here cream soups. Whenever you make any types of cream soups, the first thing you need to puree the vegetables, and basically in some of the ways we will be adding a velouté sauce, or preferably we need to add a bechamel sauce in it. In bechamel sauce we can add broccoli puree. Okay, you can add sauteed broccoli puree into that, and then you can extract the flavor in it, and at last you need to finish with cream in it. Okay, in classical cuisine, thin bechamel sauce is often used as a base of the cream soups. Okay, basically for all the cream soups we will be adding a bechamel sauce in it. Okay, can be substituted with velouté as well. Okay, and lastly we need to finish with the cream. Okay, cream and butter, so that you will be enhancing the taste in it. Okay, this is all cream soups. This also you can give 2-3 examples, like cream of broccoli, what we have given in the slide. The same way you can give cream of tomato, cream of mushroom, cream of broccoli. Okay, different ways of different name, but the base will be bechamel or velouté, and the purees of any of the vegetables. And next, coming to the puree soups. Okay, these puree soups are very healthy soups because it will be having lot of nutrient in it, and these puree soups are hearty soups made by cooking starchy vegetables or legumes in a stock or broth, then pureed all the proteins of them to get the thickness of the soups. Okay, these all things will be cooking, and then we will puring it of starch so that it will get the thickness. Puree soups are similar to cream soups in that they both consider of a main ingredients that is first cooked in a liquid, then pureed. Here for puree soup we will cook entire thing. After cooking we will add seasoning, everything, then we will do puree. Okay, these puree soups are more high in protein value as well as vitamins as well. And next we will go into velouté soup. Okay, as you know how to make velouté sauce, Okay, it is a dilution of velouté sauce. In that we'll be adding any meat like poultry meat, so that it doesn't gives the name of chicken velouté soup or anything. Okay, velouté soup is similar to other soups but differs from puree, as they required a thickening element as a roux. Okay, everyone know what is a roux. Roux is combination of butter and flour. Velouté is made by preparing roux and adding of stock. You know which stock need to add it. It should be a chicken stock because it is a velouté roux. And the puree vegetables of meat and hot milk is blended into the pureed as smooth soup. Okay, sometimes we can add hot milk also depending on which soup you are preparing, or if you want to get a nice thickness to that, we can add Lysone to it. What is Lysone? Lysone is nothing but cream and egg yolk. Okay, whenever you mix together cream and egg yolk, that you can add into the soup, so that you will get the exact consistency of the soup. It also enhances the taste as well as texture. I'll give few examples of velouté soup, that is velouté, chicken velouté, celery velouté, and almond velouté. Okay, these are all few examples of soups. And next, coming to the bisque. Here, coming to the bisque, bisques are majorly a seafood based soups. Okay, it may be you know the classification of fishes. We will be having flatfish, roundfish, as well as crustaceans. Okay, we will be seeing shellfish in it. Okay, these all things. Bisque is made of seafood based soups. Okay, like shrimps. Okay, traditionally bisque are shellfish soups thickened with cooked rice. Today bisque are prepared using a combination of cream and puree. Okay, earlier days we used to thicken the bisque with cooked rice, but now coming to the modern technology, they are doing with the cream. They are adding cream or puree is in the some of the soup. Depending on the recipe, they are adding cream or puree soup process. Okay, like they are doing like how we discussed about puree soups and cream soups. They are incorporating that method into the bisque. They are generally made from shrimp, lobster, or crayfish, and are thickened with roux instead of rice. Okay, as I spoken earlier days, they used to use rice, cooked rice, but nowadays they are using the roux, so that it enhances the taste as well as texture, and it also gives stability and consistency to your soups. As you can see these two pictures, okay, these all bisque soups. And next, coming to the chowder. Okay, these chowder soups are called as chunky soups. It will be having lot of milk in it, vegetables in it, and starch in it, like potato powder in it. Okay, this chowder, an American soup resembling a stew made of meat, fish, or vegetables with milk, salted pork, it vary, and various seasonings, and crackers are generally added just before serving. At last they will be adding these crackers. And here chowders are healthy soups with chunk of main ingredient and garnish. Okay, it will be having chunk of main ingredient, like whenever you speak corn and potato chowder, you will be having lot of corn, lot of potatoes in it. That denotes it is having a lot of main ingredient in it. With some exemption, chowders contains milk or cream. Okay, we can add milk or cream. Hope everyone is clear with chowder. Chowder is an American soup, and it is also a chunky soup. And next, coming to the coulis. Okay, these coulis are nothing but a thick soups. Okay, a term often used for thick soups made with a puree of shellfish. Example, coolies the crabs. Sometimes the term also used for liquid purees such as chicken, game or vegetables. Okay, coolie soups also very popular. Majorly they will be using for garnishes and all, like garnishes, pepper coolies. Okay, this all will be using. You can see this coolie is also used in desserts as well, like strawberry coolie and all we will be using in desserts as well, in pastry and bakery departments. And next, coming to the last slides of international sauces or national sauces or regional types. Okay, I have given only two examples of the international thing. One is minestrone and one more is mulgathwani. And here at least you need to know 10 international soups from each country. You need to know overall, you need to know 10 international soups. Here I have given two. One is minestrone from Italy, one is mulgathwani from India. And minestrone, it is an Italian thick soup made of any vegetables available at the market. Okay, whatever the vegetables available in the market, with that they will be preparing minestrone soup. And here mulgathwani, it is basically it is a cream of curry soup, okay, which is considered to be a classical example of Indian national soup. Okay, this is a Indian national soup. It is called as mulgathwani soup. Hope everyone is clear with the soup. If you have any doubts about soups or anything, you can just message me in the chat box, so that we will be seeing in detail. And lastly, I will just revise entire topic. Here we will be having thin soup, thick soups, as well as international soups. Okay, we have already discussed different categories of soups, and from every category at least you need to know two soups, so that it will be easier to you to identify which soup is that whenever you are having. If you are having any questions, you can just drop me in chat box. Thank you guys. We will be meeting in other class.